sky. Emotional rap with the day up on me. Even when I lost my mind, stay. This is our story and it's with the team. I was half the world, lost in the flame. You saw me crashing, but you still stayed. Through the madness, you never ran away. You loved the broken me that night in 2017. Girl, you stayed. Girl, you stayed. Girl, you stayed. The first night I met you, I called you my wife. Fast love, deep trust, changed my life. Used to be a player, had girls on the side, but when I saw your soul, I left that behind. Dropped out of college, chasing the thrill. Skipped every class just to feel what we feel. Your parents were scared, thought I took you away, but your heart was with me and you wanted to stay. Weed in my lungs, starts fronting insane. Thought I ruled the world, laying in my brain. Police on the road, shouted like a god. Heading down to Jovo, losing my mind hard. But you held me close, didn't let go. Through every breakdown, you still showed. Even when I said they're all out to get us, you looked me in the eyes and said, I won't let this break us. I was high off the world, lost in the flame. You saw me crashing, but you still stayed. Through the madness, you never ran away. You loved the book in me that night in 2017. Girl, you stayed. Girl, you stayed. Girl, you stayed. Fast forward now, we got rings and vows. I still look at you like you're still down. Back when I flew too close to the sun, you were the one who called me when I spun. From cheating motels to police fights, to now building dreams and sleepless nights. We don't have money, but we got a flame, and nothing expensive ever feels the same. No meds, no sleep, storms in my brain, but your calm love always kept me sane. Most would've left, but you held tight. You were my anchor through every night. I was high off the world, lost in the flame. You saw me crashing, but you still stayed. Through the madness, you never ran away. You loved the broken me that night in 2017. Girl, you stayed. Girl, you stayed. Girl, you stayed. Like, if you ever wonder why I love you so deep, it's cause you loved me when I had nothing. Not peace, not clarity, just fire and chaos. But still, you stayed. And yeah.
People ask what it actually feels like. Best I can tell you, for about 3 weeks, I'm the main character. Everybody else's background. Lightning in my brain, 3 weeks of cold. Every door unlocked, every story told. I was never more alive, never more myself. Then I wake up in the wreck of everything I built. Lightning in my brain. Lightning in my brain. 2 a.m. idea by Forrester Company. Bought the domain, wrote the pitch, called it Destiny. Texted 40 people, 20 of them replied, bro, you okay? Bro, I have never felt this alive. Highway south to Johor with the windows down. Doing a $140, singing to an empty town. Shouted at police like the road belonged to me. Told my whole life to a stranger in the petrol station queue. 4 days, no sleep, and I never even yawned. 100 pages written and every page was gold. God was in the traffic lights, timing them for me. Every song and shuffle was a message meant for me. Then the bill comes in and it's always the same price. Account at 03, good friends won't pick up twice. That company I registered never wrote a line. Those 40 texts I sent, can't read one without dying inside. Client deposits gone, apologize, repeat. Woke up on a ward with a bracelet on my wrist. In a room I don't remember getting to, and the girl who always stayed was already halfway out the door. Ask me what it cost, I can show you the receipts. It's not the crash that kills you, it's the cleanup, it's the weeks building it all back to exactly where it stood, then doing it again cause the lightning feels too. So I built something out of it, out of all of it. Called it Rilek, means take it easy, means calm down. Log how you feel, 20 seconds, that's the whole design. And Kawan sits there watching Watching how the numbers start to climb. 3 nights short on sleep, spending more. Talking fast, says something just quiet, just early, just once. It's not a doctor, not a cure, not a K, just the one warning nobody gave me at that age. Can't give 2017 back a single thing it took but somebody out that's about to lose a year the way I lost mine. And if the tiger on the screen makes them stop for one night, then the lightning built one thing it couldn't burn down. Lightning in my brain, 3 weeks of gold, every door unlocked, every story told. I was never more alive, never more myself, so I built a thing that catches me before I wreck what I've built. Lightning in my brain, lightning in my brain. People ask if I'd give it up the highs. Ask a man who's been on fire if he misses being warm. But I've got kids, and I got something worth finishing. So now when the lightning comes, something's writing it down, 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 down. Something's writing it down, 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 down. They were laughing in the corridor. I could hear it through the door. 3 hours on a plastic chair with a question no one answered for. I said, do your job. That's all I said. Just do the job you're paid to do. And the laughing stopped, and the shoes came down the hall. And I have thought about that sound every night since. 24 hours they got me in the safest room in the country. Hands like a country that don't want you. Hands like a country that don't want you. I went in asking to be held. I came out learning what that meant. Strap on the wrist, strap on the leg, knee in the back of a man who begged. The room went white, the room went thin. I don't remember what came in. Was it the patients pulled them off? The mad ones, the ones with nothing. The ones the country road off came running. Nobody else came running. Halftime, almost whispered, I went somewhere else while it happened. Somewhere old, somewhere loud. There was a war on in me, and the losing side was the ward. And the losing side was the ward. And I am still not sure. I came all the way back. 24 hours they got me in the safest room in the country. Hands like a system that don't see you. Hands like a system that don't see you. I went in asking to be held. I came out learning what that meant. I'm not asking for an apology. I'm asking for a witness. Here it is. Here it is. I was high off the world, lost in the flame. You saw me crashing, but you still stayed. So I gave you the keys to the storm in my brain. Then you used my own madness to cover your name. Girl, you stayed. Girl, you stayed. Until you didn't. First night I met you, I called you my wife. Fast love, deep trust, and that trust was my life. Not the room, not the body, not his name and your phone. Take all of that, I have forgiven that alone. Flesh is cheap and we both know it's true. I done worse in a week, I couldn't even walk you through. But I asked you straight with my hands shaking bad, and you said, that's the illness talking, you're not well, Sayang. So I upped the dose and I went quiet again. Logged it as paranoid, put the thought to bed. You watched me file the truth away, it's sick. And you let me every night, that's the part that don't fix. I was high off the world, lost in the flame. You saw me crashing, but you still stayed. Yeah. So I gave you the keys to the storm in my brain. Then you used my own madness to cover your name, girl. You stay. Fast forward now. No more rings, no vows. Don't look at you thinking you're still down. Back when I flew too close to the sun, you were the one who caught me when I spun. So this ain't the wound that everybody thinks. You didn't just leave, you left with my instincts. Now every gut feeling I get, I doubt. Is that real? Is that mania? Do I say it out loud? It was never the storm that had me scared. It was knowing there was one straight thing out there. The anchors, the whole point, not deceit. And you knew that you knew exactly what you had of me. I was high off the world, lost in the flame. Yeah. You saw me crashing, but you still stayed. It's because I asked you, and you looked at me, and you let me believe it was my own head. You stayed. You just weren't there. Salam bro, 3 words, 1 bridge, no map. And I asked you to teach me code before I asked you that. Funny how I led with the smaller of the two. Like the man was easier to hand over than the syntax was to lose. I said RESTU, said it clean, said it early. Didn't say what it cost, don't think you heard me. A blessing ain't a gift when you're the one who paid. It's a receipt you fold up and you never show the change. Take care of her, counting on you. That ain't no warning, bro, that's a hand in throw. I'm not the storm at your door, I'm the weather report. Here's what you're holding, here's what it's worth. She won't ask not once, not ever, not hungry. She'll sit with an empty kitchen and call it a Sunday. Chocolate cake at 9 and she'll swear that she's fine. You gotta read the quiet, man, she buries the sign. I learned that the slow way years, not weekends. Pay tuition in every argument we didn't finish. Now I hand you the notes and I don't get the credit. Just a text and at midnight hoping somebody fed her. Take care of her, counting on you. That ain't no warning, bro, that's a hand in through. I'm not the storm at your door, I'm the weather report. Here's what you're holding, here's what it's worth. 2 kids gonna learn what a man is from a room. Half of it mine and now half of it you. You never applied for that, it came with the girl. Heaviest thing anybody hands, anybody in this world. I'm not asking you to love them, not your job, not yet. Just don't be careless with the ones who won't forget. Kids clock everything, they keep a quiet ledger. Be boring, be there, that's the whole letter. And here's the ugly part, I'll say it once then let go. I want this to work and it still guts me, bro. Both things, same chest, same night, no lie. Approving of you don't make it sit right, it just makes it true. And I'll take true over easy. Don't mean I want you to leave, so no, this ain't a threat. Threats of a man who feels small, this is an inventory. Count it, that's all, Jagadaya. And carry it away, she's not a prize you won. She's a life you get to take part in. RESTU, bro, RESTU. Don't make me a liar. Everybody wants to hear about the high. Nobody asks about this half because there's nothing to tell. And I don't mean that poetically. There is genuinely nothing to tell. Woke up at 11, could have been 7, same ceiling either way. Fan going round, same 3 plates in the sink from a day I can't place. Phone face down, 41 unread, not ignoring you, just can't. Alarm went 4 times and I let it. Showers 4 steps from the bed, 4 steps. Big achievement today. I sat up, didn't do the rest. That's it. That's the report. Ask me what's wrong, and I've got nothing to say. Ask me what happened, nothing happened today. No reason, no story, nothing to explain. Nothing happened today. Nothing happened today. You look fine, yeah. Fine is the last skill to go. Mama calls, I do the voice. 2 minutes, okay ma, sayang mama, bye. Put the phone down, wore 1 hour, didn't notice it pass. The other me had stories, highways, police, God timing the traffic lights for me. Now traffic lights are just traffic lights. You want a villain in this one, there isn't one. Nobody took anything, it just went. And the worst part isn't sadness. Sadness would be something I'd take. Sadness, it's the flat, it's the nothing where the wanting used to be. I love things I know I did. I've got the receipts, I've got the songs. Can't feel one of them today. And that's the part that actually scares me. But here's the one thing I know for certain, and it's small. I've been down here more times than I can count, and I counted them all from up here. It lifts, not because I fixed it, not because I earned it, it just lifts. Sometimes the whole job is being boring, until it does. Ask me what's wrong, and I've got nothing to say. Ask me what happened, nothing happened today. And tomorrow, probably nothing again. And then one day something. And then one day something. And if you called me and I didn't pick up, it wasn't you. Call again tomorrow. That's it. That's the whole ask. Nobody talks about this part. Not to the doctor, not to your mother, definitely not in the group. So, fine, I'll say it. I get up at 7, now I sleep a full 8. Answer emails, hit the deadline, pick the kids up, never late. 2 pills in the morning, 1 before the bed. Level as a table, quiet as a church, and bored out of my head. They told me the meds don't dull you, they just flatten out the peaks. They lied, or they have never had a peak like this. Somebody turned the whole world down 2 notches while I slept, and everybody's telling me I look well. He was a liar and a fire, and he cost me everything, and I still let him back in for a week. Don't tell my doctor, don't tell my mother. God help me, I miss him. God help me, I miss him. 'Cause he was the interesting one. Let's be honest about that. He walked into a room and the room turned around. He could talk to anybody, he was funny, he was brave. Made 40 friends in the night and remembered all their names. I have not written a song that good since he left. He wrote 9 in a week and 2 of them were genius. Everything I've built he started. That's the joke nobody laughs at. My best ideas came from my worst weeks. Ask me if I'd trade it and watch me hesitate. And then I read the receipts, the money, the friends who stopped replying and never started again. The client I screamed at the road to Johor at 140 with a kid's seat in the back. The bracelet, the corridor, my mother sitting in it with a bag of my clothes. He didn't build any of that either. He borrowed it from me and I'm still paying it off. He was never a better version of me. He just had better lighting. He was a liar and a fire, and he cost me everything, and I still miss him. That's the price. Nobody tells you stable has a bill, so I take the 2 pills same time every night, and I miss him. Every night I take them anyway. I take them anyway. If you're new to this and nobody warned you, you're gonna miss him too. It's not a relapse. That's just the cost. Take them anyway. Ma, you're gonna cry at this one, so get it over with early. You missed the first word and the first day of school. The lunch boxes, the report cards, the fights in the hall. There's a whole first half of me you never got to see, and I've never held one single day of that against you. I'm not gonna say his name in a song that belongs to you. That's a different song and I already wrote it. This one's clean. 'Cause you got the second half. You got the boy at 17 with a bag and not much else. Half grown, half wrecked, already hard to hold. You didn't get the easy years, ma. You got the ones that cost you something, and you opened the door anyway. You took us both in anyway. Two big boys at your door and one of us not talking. You never said you're too old for me to start now. You just made too much food and asked too many questions. Wanted the whole story on the very first night. You always do that. Didn't try to be the mother of a child I wasn't anymore. Just started from where I actually stood. Nobody teaches that. There's no book for that. You worked it out in real time and you got it right. And then the other thing arrived, the one you didn't sign up for. 23 up for 9 days, calling you at 4 in the morning, talking 100 miles an hour about a company I'd never build. And you stayed on that line every time, never once hung up. You learned the signs before the doctors put a name on it. Knew from how I said hello, just hello, that's all you needed. Sat in that corridor with a bag of my clothes and nothing to read. My, I've had a lot of people love me on the good days. You're the only one who never missed a bad one. You're not perfect, and I'd be lying in a song about the truth. You worry out loud, and out loud makes it worse. You ask the same thing 4 times, you can't let one thing go. You'll bring up something from 2009 in the middle of a Tuesday. But you never once made me earn it, never made me prove I was worth the trouble. That's the only qualification the job has ever had, and you're the best one out there. Not perfect, the best one. You got the second half, and you gave it everything the first half never got. So take the credit for all of it, ma. Take the years you weren't there too. Whatever I turn out to be, you built it. Whatever I turn out to be, you built it. People say a mother's love starts the day you're born. Mine started when I was 17. Doesn't make it less. If anything, it makes it a choice. Terima kasih, ma. We used to fight like animals, ma. Had to pull us apart. Now he's the first call every time. Nobody tells you it does that. Split lips over nothing, over TV, over space. Same room, same blood. 2 boys in no place, ma. Shouting from the kitchen, kalau tak nak keluar. Swore up and down I'd be nothing like him. Then we hit our late 20s and something switched off. The argument ran out of things to be about. Turns out he wasn't the enemy, he was just the other guy in the room. Only other person alive who was in that house. Only one who remembers it the way it actually was. Don't have to explain a single thing to him, not one. He ain't got much, he still gives me half. Never asks me what it's for, never says it back. And when the money comes, if the money ever comes, bro, I'm buying you that truck. Bro, I'm buying you that truck. Man's got a stall and a shy smile and hands that never rest. Won't tell a soul that what he makes is genuinely the best. Won't take a compliment, changes the subject, looks away, then feeds half the neighborhood and doesn't say. I've called him broke at 2 in the morning, he sent it in 4 minutes. Didn't ask, never brought it up again, not once, not a joke about it. Man's got 100 ringgit, he'll hand me 60 of it. That's not generosity, that's just how he's built. And I've been the difficult one, we both know that's true. The manic one, the loud one, the one they had to talk about. He never once looked at me like I was work. He just showed up and made me tea and let it pass. So it's a joke and it's not, and you know which one it is. Big red truck, your name on the side. Ridiculous fryer that don't quit. A proper generator, real speakers, kids running up to it. You still won't say a word. I'll do the talking, you just cook. That was always how it worked. That was always how we worked. You ain't got much, you still give me half. Never ask me what it's for, never say it back. So when the money comes, when the money finally comes, bro, I'm buying you that truck, bro. I'm buying you that truck. And if I never get rich, you know I'd have bought it. And that's the same thing between us. It's always been the same thing. But I'm getting it. Start thinking about the color. If you're hearing this and I'm not around, then this is the last thing I made, and I made it for the two of you. Nothing sad in it, just some things I wanted said in my own voice. Maya, you'll remember, you were old enough for that. The school run and the radio, and me singing it wrong on the way back. Getting the words wrong on purpose, just to hear you put me right. Waiting at the gate till you were properly inside. You'll get told a lot of things about your father. Some of them are true. Believe the boring ones, they're the ones that I choose. I wasn't always well and I wasn't always there, but there was never a single day I didn't know exactly where you were. You can have the whole of me, the laughing and the loud. Take the songs, take the stories, take the fire out of the sound. And if it ever gets too heavy, put it down. You don't have to carry me, just carry on. You don't have to carry me, just carry on. And you were two, you won't remember me at all. You'll get photographs and other people's stories, that's all. So let me say it myself, so it's mine and not theirs. You screamed that house down for a year and I was never scared. You used to hit when you were angry cause you didn't have the words yet. I was 30 and I did the exact same thing, I just gave it a better name. So nothing you do at 2 is gonna be the thing. I remember you were asleep on my chest and both of us dead weight in December. And if the lightning ever finds you the way it found me, here's everything I know so you don't lose the years I lost. It won't feel like an illness, it'll feel like being chosen. That's the trick of it. It's not a gift and it's not a punishment. It's where the weather passes, watch you sleep. Sleep is the first thing to go and the first thing to fix. Tell one person, just one, before you're sure. Being early is the whole game, and there is no shame in it. The shame is the part that nearly finished me, not the thing itself. Your father built an entire app about this, so at minimum, let it be useful. Don't stay small to keep me close. Don't build a room you never leave. Be happy early, be happy loud, be happy without me. Get old, get boring, get everything I didn't get. And if they play this at your wedding, dance to it, don't sit. You can have the whole of me, the laughing and the loud. Take the songs, take the stories, take the fire out of the sound. And when the day comes round and it gets heavy, put it down. You don't have to carry me, just carry on. You don't have to carry me, just carry on. That's it. That's everything I had. You're allowed to skip this one when it hurts. You're allowed to play it when it helps. Both are fine. I'm not keeping score. Baba.